Hello, this is my quick video recap or video tutorial about faces, edges and vertices. So what you need to be able to do by the end of this is identify how many faces, edges and vertices, well first what they are, and then how many of those things that any given shape has, okay? So let's start with looking at what they actually are. So if I draw a shape, okay. If I draw a shape like that, it has a surface. So if I shade the surface, okay, and that counts as a face. All right, so it's a face of what is going to be a 3D shape. So one surface gives us a face. All right. Now, if we had a second shape, so we had a second surface here. Now we've got two surfaces. Now I think I have set this up in grayscale, so I can't change colour. I'd like to change colour to highlight the edges and the different faces. I've set up in grayscale in Photoshop, which means I can't do that. I'm going to leave the mistake in. I want you to see that when you're learning something, I'm learning how to do these screencasts, you make mistakes. I've now learned, the next one I make of these, I won't set up as grayscale. I'll set up in red, blue, cyan colour, or I'll set it in colour so I can highlight things better for you. But I'm going to do this in grayscale so you can see that I am learning from my mistakes. So anyway, this is our second shape. So this is our second face here. And when you have two faces, so two faces, okay, you get an edge. So here we go. If I just shade that in dark, there's our edge, all right, between the two faces. So one surface is our face. Two faces gives an edge, okay, and three edges, so there's one, two, three, give a vertex, or what you might have known as a corner, okay, so three edges, and you can have more than three, but three or more edges give a vertex, okay. Now, if a shape's got more than one vertex, we call those vertices, okay, it's just a corner. So it'd probably help us here if we look at this with a shape. So here is our tetrahedron and faces. Now, if you notice, there's not a tetrahedron at all. It's a square-based pyramid. Of course, if you look at the base, which is what I was going to say, so we're looking at this. Okay, I'll unhide you. Good. If we look at the base, okay, so this one, this part here, right, we can see that that's a square, all right, so that's one face, and coming from each side of that square is another 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. So we have 5 faces in total, okay. Right, what about edges? Well, the square has got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got 5 here, 6 here, 7, and then 8 at the back. Sneaky one at the back. You've got to be careful. So we've got 8 edges. Now, it is just a case of counting them up carefully, because you can easily miss them if they're sneaking at the back or the face is underneath or it's been drawn as a solid 3D object. So 5 faces, 8 edges, and let's have a look at vertices. Well, there's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 vertices. So not 5 vertex, 5 vertices for the plural. Okay. Right, your turn. Fairly straightforward, this one. So have a look at these questions, please. Right. So question 1. Now we do have a tetrahedron. How many faces, edges, and vertices? Then we've got a cylinder. Question 2. Again, count them up carefully. And then question 3. We have what looks like a hexagonal, hexagonal-based prism. So, give them a go. How many faces, edges, and vertices for those? And your answers are about to arrive now, so pause it up. Good. So, 3 faces, 6 edges, and 4 vertices for the tetrahedron. 3 faces, 2 edges, and no vertices for the cylinders. And 8 faces, 18 edges, and 12 vertices for the hexagonal-based prism. I hope you got them all spot on. Right, master's question. bit of a philosophical one, this, or just something to really think about. I don't want to. I want to get you to really think about this in terms of try and justify your answers. How can a shape like this cone with only one edge have a vertex? Okay. And while you actually have a think about a circle, does a circle have a side? Okay. Some interesting shapes questions to think about there. Right. Bye for now.